Okay. Pregnant by the Coldest Millionaire. Book 2, Part 3. So, Winter told Lindsay not to mess with her brother. Because she knows that Lindsay's husband is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And she feel like, you about to put my brother in the middle of some married shit that ain't got nothing to do with him. So do not put him in that situation. Like, just go ahead and walk away and leave him alone now. Because this is after they left the hospital and they back at Wynn house. Because, Winnie went to be staying over there sometimes. And Lindsay's there with her. So they in Winter's room having this conversation. So at that point, Lindsay's respecting her friend's wishes, so she decides to leave. But Wynn refused to let her leave and order an Uber, so he took her home. He wanted her to stay, but she didn't want to drag him into her marital promise. She realized that could be a huge issue, and she didn't want her husband to show up at his house looking for her, even though this nigga ain't showed up yet, or called her, or text her, or sent a smoke signal, a bat signal, back up, nothing. So he don't really care, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He cares, but he don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's when she really goes into about the arranged marriage. She goes into how her mom was pregnant and in jail with her sister. And she went into this marriage in hopes that her mom would be a better mom to her little sister than she was to her. So as they proceeded to go another round in the car, a couple of houses down from her house, he reminds her to take a plan B because they ain't been using no protection because this was all unplanned all night long. Every time they got it in, no protection. So he told her to take a plan B. Her husband Rail, when she gets in the house, her husband Rail, which remember his name because it's very important. Rail goes in immediately like, where the fuck you been? And then he started calling Soul a hoe. Because the cheer dolls are really hoes. They like strippers without a pole. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just real disrespectful. Like, I wanted to slap him myself in that moment. Like, nigga, I just told you my friend got shot. You telling me she deserved it because she a hoe. Mind you, y'all, she walks in the house and the mistress is sitting at the table. Arranged or not, sis. Like, that's just too much. But apparently her hope was that if he messed with other people, that he would not be focused on her. Not working. You know what I'm saying? And plus, on top of that, she did all this stuff to make sure her mom was straight. And she ends up with Tilly, which is her baby sister. She ends up keeping her baby sister, got her sister enrolled in private school. You know what I'm saying? Her sister got a room at her house, and she be at her house with her most of the time. And her mother's there too, sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, when she got home, her mother is there. So Rail accused her of cheating and threatened to kill her and her lover. She never... She went into the room to go like take a shower and stuff because she never took a shower because they had sex in the car. You know what I'm saying? And her mom told her like, I know you was with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just burn your clothes. Like, get rid of them, and you gotta be more careful if that's what you're gonna do because, your agreement with him is not to cheat. Cute. This is her mother giving her the advice. So, fast forward to the next day. Hey, mamas. Fast forward to the next day. Wynn has to go to work. And he hates his mentor. So his mentor is married and messes with all the women in the office. But he's a great doctor. Like, award-winning great doctor. He found out on his first day that all of the great things about him were pretty much a lie. Like, he's full of shit. But he's a great doctor on paper. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying? He realized that he was a sex-addicted cokehead. That's the best way to sum up his personality and the type of shit he does. So, he kept trying to school Wynn on street shit, not knowing his abilities. Not knowing Wynn is a whole killer out here. Wynn is a whole killer. As Lindsay woke up the same morning to get her day started, Rail insisted on having sex with her. To keep down the argument, she complied. But the whole time she was thinking of Wynn. She hadn't had sex with her husband, I do believe, in years. I think they tried it before, but she just wasn't cool with it, so she made an agreement with him that she wouldn't have sex with anybody else. And he could do him, but she didn't want to have sex with him. You know what I'm saying? So while she's getting ready and getting her Tilly ready and everything for the day, because she does charity work with the hospital and stuff, Ro takes her car. So she has to go to the hospital to go get it. And she bumps into Win and Rail. And at the same time, so Rail told Win to go with her to the charity meeting for the hospital. And when they go outside to go get in the car, because she had to drive Rail's car there. So when they go outside to get in the car, Wayne is like, bro, I'm not riding in this nigga car. Like, because if y'all haven't caught on yet, Rail is Wynn's mentor, the doctor that he's under. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get from under him too. You know what I'm saying? So they decide to take Wynn's bike. And they went to lunch, which is what her husband requested. Like, go to this meeting with him and then go to lunch with him, and then lunch is on me. So he think he's doing something. He hands Wynn $200. Wynn takes the $200 and gives it to Lindsay, like, here, you can have it. I don't need his money. I got more money than what your husband got any fucking way. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He told her at lunch that he decided to reopen the disappearance of his wife. And in that moment, they decided to just be friends with no more sex, because this is really close to home. Like, her husband is his mentor, and he already hate him, and then now he's sleeping with his mentor's wife. Like, it's just a whole lot. So at the same time, Wave is still in the mental institution, and it's called Vista Cove. Like I said before, to him, it's a location away from reality. Wynn had a bad attitude when him and Walker went to pick Wave up, because Wave decided he wanted to still watch TV when they got there. And Wynn is like, this ain't no fucking vacation, bro. Like, get your ass up and come the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? So, Wave called Winter, trying to figure out what's going on with Wynn, because everybody knows how close them two are. So he was hoping to get the tea, but Winter won't go up for it. Winter told him, asked Wynn, and hung up in his face. And then Walker and Wave, they sitting there talking between each other, because they like two peas in a pod. They like the two brothers that just like gel the most. So he told, they talking to each other and was like, you know what, Lindsay looks like Laura, which Wave thought that Laura was just like a figment of his imagination, not understanding how deep their relationship is, because none of them know that he's married to this girl. They just think that she's just gone and it should be over. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand how deep-rooted it is. So when they talked to him about Lindsay, he was refusing to answer until they struck a nerve with her husband being rich and etc. And he just snapped on their ass in the car. And he told them he knew who her husband was because that's his mentor. And he told them about him and Lindsay sleeping together. And he said he's confused about his feelings. And the brothers were really supportive, and he didn't think that they would be. And that was part of the reason why he didn't want to tell them in the first place. So Wave texted Soul and told her he was coming to get her, and she hadn't heard from him since he left the hospital. So she's pissed off, like, fuck you, my mama and them coming to get me. They told me that you was gonna leave me, and that's exactly what the fuck you did. And he like, no, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So when he get there to get her, she like, well, irregardless, I'm going to my mother's house, because while you out in the streets, I'm gonna need help. And because she got shot in her stomach or her side or whatever. So she like, I ain't got time or whatever. So he got into it with the hens about being there with her. But when he was getting ready to go, it's like they had a change of heart, and they told him come back so that they could have a conversation. So he ended up turning around and coming back, and they actually had a very good conversation, and they came to an understanding for the benefit of Soul. So I thought that was really dope, you know, that they could get past their shortcomings. So I ain't gonna go into no more, because it's a lot more going on. Not too much. I think part 4 can wrap it up. So see you on part 4.